very little sleep, so here goes. My family has had a history with Virginia Tech, kind of forever. I'm actually a fourth generation alumni. My great-grandfather was in the first class. I walked here from Narrows, Virginia. We don't think he graduated. His mother gave him a steer to bring to school. I'm pretty sure the steer was fine. I have a feeling my great-grandfather just but many of his heirs have landed here. For me, though, personally, I think my relationship with tech went into overdrive when I was so fortunate to be asked to join what was then the College of Arts and Sciences Roundtable. And as you heard from Marty and Kevin, it really is the most incredible. And early on, in those days, I was reminded tonight by Dave. He said, I think it's 35 years ago that you joined. But anyway, in those days, every college had an advisor. But what they did is they would come down to Blacksburg, go to a football game, have fun, have a dinner, and go home. And this group early on said, we love that, but if we're coming to Blacksburg, put us to work. And so there went the football games. And in fact, the dean took us up on it. And we spent a lot of time learning about the school and the challenges of our college. And quite frankly, have had our fingers in so many pots over the years, not always successfully, sometimes well before I think the rest of the university appreciated it. Early on, we had a branding project. I still have my arts and sciences mouse pad. We were big advocates for better funding of the core and service courses and changing the budget model. Tim, that didn't happen until you came along, and we were back in the 90s trying to get that thing changed. And I apologize, I know people hate the Math Emporium, but it was necessary. But we were very involved with curriculum, particularly, so Bob and Susan Quisenberry linked us up with the University of Richmond, and the Science, Technology, and Law program started, and one of our members actually taught in that curriculum. And we also inspired, and I don't think people really realize this, and really promoted the CMDA program, which has been a huge success. We even went so far, and I mentioned this earlier, to start a company to try and commercialize research that was going on in college science. So all along the way, as I said, with lots of ups and downs, the roundtable has been truly an amazing experience. And I think all of us on the roundtable would agree that it's been incredibly rewarding, albeit at times very frustrating. And that brings me to Prosim, where I've given this a lot of thought. And because, of course, when I found out about this, I was kind of, oh my goodness, I was so overwhelmed. As Jenny likes to say, I was speechless, and it's true, and I'm never speechless. Many years ago, I read an article about a course at Yale on happiness. And in fact, it's the most popular course at Yale, and I think it still is popular. And more recently, there have been a number of articles on happiness in places like National Geographic. And once again, 2 weeks ago, the New York Times, entire Sunday supplement magazine, all about happiness. And when they talk about happiness, what they talk about is not event-based happiness like people felt maybe last Wednesday night, but in fact, well-being, life-satisfying kinds of happiness. And it's very interesting. The science, and of course, I gravitated to what do the scientists say here? And what they say is there's really two elements to it. And those two elements are social connection and service to others. And so I see a number of you nodding your heads, particularly our honorees, because you get it. In fact, that is what makes us feel good about ourselves. So through Prosim is really a two-way street. And I think we're a better school today because we keep emphasizing this, and it's really ingrained in our community today, and I think it will be moving forward. So I looked it up, and it turns out our motto was adopted about 129 years ago, I think. My subtraction is right. I was a math major, but even arithmetic turns out and I think it was probably under President McBride, many presidents ago. But whoever gave him the idea of how they came upon it, brilliant, right? Really brilliant. It distinguishes our university, and I feel like they've given us a gift. They've given us, one, the encouragement, of course, to make our community a better place, but also, if you believe the scientists, they've given us a key ingredient for a healthy, happy life. How fortunate are we? And so, I think, in thinking about my time in Plattsburgh, as a student, and later as a roundtable member or foundation board member, whatever, a zillion committees here. I think that's my takeaway, is how fortunate I am that we are part of a university that has a Prosim as its motto. So with that, I will not list all the people I need to thank, although special thanks, of course, to you all that participated in the surprise video. Special shout out to the College of Science Roundtable. This honor is shared